Hello, I'm Henri Treadwell, and I have the honor of serving as the chair of the Southern Area of the Links Incorporated Commission on Childhood Obesity Prevention. I have the added pleasure of serving as the chair of the National Links Incorporated Work to Prevent Childhood Obesity. We have seen in our community an alarming increase in overweight and obese children. 1 in 4 African American girls is overweight or obese, as is 1 in 5 African American boys. Being overweight or obese leads to tremendous health problems: diabetes, problems with asthma, increased rates of teen pregnancy among overweight girls seeking affirmation, and we're even beginning to see an alarming decrease in the height of African American women and their daughters, something that does not bode well when one is shorter and of higher weight. We in the Links Incorporated have decided to embrace this issue and to take back our communities.
My name is Mary Curry, and I am the Southern Area Director of the Links Incorporated. I was elected in 2007 in Mobile, Alabama. At that time, I immediately knew that my focus for the Southern area would be the prevention of childhood obesity. We formed this commission because we felt that we had gone as far as we could go and therefore needed to do something else to have experts in the field from all over the country guide us as to what our next steps should be. We still have a long way to go, but our national president, Margot James Copeland, has moved us a step closer to reaching our goals by making the prevention of childhood obesity a national project now. We need everybody to go out and join hands and say, this is something that we can do. We can save our children.
As we have worked to fulfill the mission and goals of the Commission on Childhood Obesity Prevention and to appropriately address childhood obesity prevention at the community level, our chapters have just been phenomenal. They stepped up to the plate, and I call them our foot soldiers, and that they are. We have 77 chapters, and 85% of our chapters are actively engaged in work around childhood obesity. In addition to that work, they are so passionate and they understand the severity of the problem, and they're willing to use their time, talent, and resources to reverse this trend, especially among African American children. As has been stated, we have 3 areas in which the Commission has worked. One is education. That's where our chapters have really been at the forefront. They've been at the forefront. We have programs that are innovative, cutting edge, that represent the best practices as we know them.
What we did was really, again, to bring childhood obesity awareness. We partnered with LSU, the basketball team. We partnered with the Children's Development Center with Southern University. We partnered with Pennington Biomedical Center, and we had Dr. Betty Kennedy come in. There were cooking demonstrations. There were dances, teaching the young children how to dance and the parents how to eat correctly, or how to understand what they're buying by reading the labels.
We have also been engaged in work around research, and this is what I think is unprecedented, to have a volunteer service organization actively involved in research to gain credible knowledge around what is actually working. The Commission produced 3 documents, and we're very proud of that. I mean, for 2 years of work to have produced 3 seminal pieces of work is quite a feat. We produced a policy issues document, a curriculum, and a children's activity book. The curriculum is being piloted, has been piloted among our chapters. What we did was to issue an RFP for chapters to tell us how they would use this document to train and educate children and their parents on nutritional eating habits and exercise. We had several chapters to submit proposals, all of which were just exemplary. Of course, we could only fund 7, and those 7 chapters have done stellar work. Once we announced the 7 chapters, we recognized that there were several other chapters that had competitive proposals, and we did not want to lose that opportunity. We went back to the drawing board, and we got additional funding, and we were able to offer stipends to 18 more chapters. So we have 25 chapters that have piloted this curriculum, and we have collected those data. We're now analyzing them, and we will determine the efficacy of that curriculum. Again, unprecedented, and we're just so proud of our chapters who are engaged in this work, in particular those around the piloting and research. Our chapters have also been engaged in advocacy around childhood obesity, moving it from practice to policy. 2 things happened that we think to have been significant. One was the Links Give conferences, where the chapter that initiated the project, the Durham, North Carolina chapter, decided that they would focus on childhood obesity as an area where we would demonstrate how we as Links could use our time, talent, and resources to make a difference. They had a conference in North Carolina and had the second one in Baton Rouge, the Le Capital chapter. That particular conference was just, for us, sort of a watershed, because not only did we talk about how we could engage our chapters in the legislative process around advocacy, linking it to Links Days at the Capitol, but we also were able to get a commitment from Angela Glover Blackwell, who's CEO and president of PolicyLink, to support us in rolling out webinars on childhood obesity. So this organization, it was nationwide, this organization had its first ever webinar on childhood obesity prevention growing out of the southern area's work. The chapters here rolling up their sleeves, saying that we too will make a difference at the policy level.
I am going to ask that everyone, every citizen of this country and any other country, join hands with the Southern area as well as the national organization of the Links Incorporated and help us to save our children. They are the world to me as well as to the rest of you. Without them, there is absolutely no future.
That is why the work of the southern area of the Links and now the national body, the National Links, is so very, very important, because we have been very clear about the target population and what we intend to do.
We can and we will defeat the epidemic of childhood obesity so that our children will have futures that are beyond our wildest dreams.